Coming to West Asia, Hamas has rejected US President Donald Trump's accusation that the group is blocking efforts to reach a ceasefire in Gaza. Hamas claims that Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is the sole party obstructing attempts to reach any agreement. Now, Trump stated that Hamas is refusing to release hostages held in Gaza or accept a ceasefire, but Hamas proposed a 60-day ceasefire in exchange for the immediate release of half of the hostages. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said that the U.S. hasn't received the reported letter from Hamas regarding a hostage deal and wouldn't consider it even if they did receive it.
We haven't seen the letter. We don't have that letter. And even if we did, it wouldn't matter. The president has already made clear he's not interested in 60 days, 10 people. He wants all the hostages out, all 48, including the 20 who are alive, the 28 who are deceased. He wants them all out.
Addressing the UNGA in New York, Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani accused Israel of trying to derail Gaza ceasefire negotiations and claimed Israel's true goal is to destroy Gaza.
No party seeks to assassinate its negotiating delegation unless its goal is to derail the negotiations. For them, negotiations are merely a continuation of the war by other means and a means to mislead the Israeli public opinion. If the price of freeing the Israeli hostages is an end to the war, then the Israeli government will forgo their release. Its true goal is to destroy Gaza.
Addressing the UNGA, US President Donald Trump condemned the recognition of a Palestinian state by Western allies, calling it a reward for Hamas' horrible atrocities.
Some of this body is seeking to unilaterally recognize a Palestinian state. The rewards would be too great for Hamas terrorists for their atrocities. This would be a reward for these horrible atrocities, including October 7th, even while they refuse to release the hostages or accept a ceasefire.
World leaders are weighing in on the war in Gaza, with Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan calling on countries to recognize a Palestinian state. He said that those responsible for the genocide in Gaza must be held accountable under international law.
I thank all countries that have announced their recognition of the State of Palestine. I call on those states that have not yet taken this decision to take immediate action.
Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said that the country will only recognize a Palestinian state if all Israeli hostages are released and Hamas is excluded from any government role.
In the sense that I think the main political pressure should be directed towards Hamas, because it is Hamas that started this war, and it is Hamas that is preventing the war from ending by refusing to release the hostages.
Meeting US President Donald Trump at the United Nations, French President Emmanuel Macron disagreed with him over the recognition of a Palestinian state, adding that a military solution alone was not enough. He also warned that France won't remain inactive if Israel imposes sanctions following France's recognition of the Palestinian state. A pro-Palestinian demonstration was held near the UN headquarters in New York as world leaders gathered for the General Assembly, with protesters chanting and waving Palestinian flags and carrying signs demanding an end to the conflict. Meanwhile, organizers of a Gaza-bound flotilla currently situated off Greece reported hearing explosions and seeing multiple drones targeting some of their boats. The flotilla, which set sail from Barcelona earlier in the month, aims at breaking Israel's blockade of Gaza. And there's more on this from our correspondent Susan Tehrani, who sends us this report from New York.
A high-level United Nations Security Council briefing on the Middle East, including the Palestinian question, was held today. coming just a day after numerous world leaders formally recognized Palestine at the General Assembly. Speakers warned that escalating tensions and worsening humanitarian conditions demand urgent action. They stressed the need to protect civilians, secure unhindered humanitarian access, and revive political dialogue. The session ended with broad calls for de-escalation, adherence to international law, and renewed efforts toward a viable two-state solution. Susan Tahmani reporting from New York for WION World is One.